You know how we all have that one friend we go to with all our financial questions? I'm talking the one who gives you advice like no one else can. Well, meet Experian, your BFF. And by that I mean big financial friend. I'm telling you, Experian is going to be your go-to app when it comes to taking control of your finances. And this big financial friend is always there for you, just hanging out on your phone, where we all kinda are anyway. Experian has a bunch of legit ways to help you save. And get this, the Experian app lets you check your FICO score, matches you with credit cards, and a bunch more totally BFF kind of things to help you manage your finances. Bet your other BFFs can't do all that, huh? Anyway, it's easy to have this big financial friend by your side. Just download the Experian app and get started for free. Trust me, you'll be up to speed with this BFF in no time. Results will vary. Credit offers, approvals, and reward programs based on FICO Score 8 model and subject to lender terms. Offers not available in all states. See Experian.com for details.
This episode of On Display with Melissa Gorga is brought to you by Booking.com. Booking.yeah. From vacation rentals to hotels across the U.S., Booking.com has the ideal summer stay for absolutely anyone, even those who might seem impossible to please. Find exactly what you're booking for. Booking.com. Booking.yeah. Book today on the site or in the app.
It's a true art form, what you guys do. I mean, like, hang it in the Louvre, hang it under Michelangelo, like in the Sistine Chapel, for me personally.
What's up, everyone? Welcome to another episode of On Display with Melissa Gorga. I've missed you guys so much. I've definitely been doing a couple crazy things that I never thought I'd do in life, but I cannot wait for you all to see it because you are going to die. Let's just put it that way. And then I took a week off. So I've missed you and I hope you missed me. I have an amazing show for you today, though. My guest today is going to be so much fun. Not only is he smart, funny, and super creative, but he's also a full-on Bravo super fan, which means we're already vibing. He's the self-proclaimed aspiring housewife of Instagram, and he's the host of the hilarious and oh so relatable podcast a lot of you have been asking. So, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the always hilarious Hayden Cohen. What's up, Hayden?
Thank you so much for having me. That was quite the intro. I hope I live up to all of those amazing adjectives you gave me.
You know, I'm known for my intros. I like to really pump everyone up before they come on. I follow you on Instagram, and I think that you are hilarious, and you are one of the people out there who, and correct me if I'm wrong, but you got famous, right, from social media. Am I right?
Yeah. So I actually became an influencer by making fun of influencers. So I am just like a walking hypocrite. I'm a walking red flag. But it worked out for me. It's a fun gig to have. I can't complain.
Well, I love that you own it. And I do think that's how I found you originally, was like making fun of something. And I was like, this is so funny. And then we met recently. Where did we meet? Where were we? I can't remember.
We met at the OC premiere party in New York.
Nice.
I stalked you from across the room because I was literally like, oh my God, Melissa Gorga's here, guys. And my friend was like, go say hi. You are like the biggest Team Melissa girl ever. So I was like, I'm going over. I'm saying, I love you. Respect for years and years. Like, I just can't wait to see what you do next. So I came over and assaulted you a little bit, but it was all good.
I loved it. I loved every second of it when you just walked right up. And I was like, wait a second. I know you. Like, I remembered your face from social media. So we had equal love for one another that day that we met.
I always love, like, when meeting somebody you follow online, like seeing them in real life and then them being like what you expect them to be. Like, that's what it was with you. I was like, oh my God, you're just like cool, casual, fun vibes, which I knew we would get along. So I'm excited to talk today.
Well, good. That was going to be my next question. I'm like, did I live up to your Team Melissa dreams? Like, did I?
Oh,
okay.
Yeah, absolutely. We were drinking together that night. We had a couple cocktails and we got to chat. And so I knew it would be that case.
You knew it. You knew it was like a marriage made in the Bravo universe heaven. I know. You were so cool. You were cool. You were so cute. You were fun. And you had like a little crew with you too. You were with some people, right?
Yeah. We call ourselves the Bravo chat room. So we have like a group of girls. Some of them run Bravo accounts. Some of them are fellow content creators, and we always are chatting through like everything that's happening at Bravo HQ with each other. So it was so fun to be there that night and actually like see it in real life.
Was that your first time actually meeting a lot of housewives, or does Bravo invite you to a lot of these events?
So I went to BravoCon the second BravoCon, which was probably what, 2022?
Yes.
I went to that one that was in New York at the Javits Center. And so I met a lot of like housewives there, just at like their different panels. And, you know how everyone has like the booths and things like that. I would like go and do that. But the second BravoCon I went to was actually one when I had grown my own following on social media. So like people were coming up to me at BravoCon and like recognizing me there. And I was like, this is so full circle, because last time I was here, I was the one waiting in line, and now there are people that are like waiting to talk to me. It was like a totally full circle moment. I was freaking out about it.
Wait, that is actually crazy. That's exciting. Like you see, I value that more than people like me or people like us who have this ginormous platform that you like throw us on. Like, could you imagine getting famous? And I know there's a lot of you out there, like literally from just talking on your social media. I think it's insane. And you have to be such a standout for that to happen, because there's thousands and hundreds of thousands of people that you can just flip through. So I have to put my hat off to you for that, because honestly, that's huge to be able to just stand in your house and make funny things happen, or like just have people notice you from social media. To me is still baffling. I can't believe the world that we live in. It's insane.
I know. It's honestly wild too. And like explaining it to my parents is a whole other beast. Like they are obviously like so proud, but they don't understand what like an influencer or a content creator is or does. And they're like, my mom now works for me. So she, helps me on the back end of things with like all of the, administrative and analytics side of stuff. So she is just like beaming with joy, but still like learning about all of this in the world of social media. So it's pretty crazy and very exciting, very cool for it to have turned into my job.
Wow, look at this. You hired your mother. She's like, what is happening? You have an agent. You have a momager. I love it.
I do. Kris
Should
Jenner,
be the new
out.
Kris. Yeah, watch out, Kris Jenner. She's coming through. Well, I do want to like get my listeners to know about you a little bit. First of all, where do you live? Give us like the rundown. I know you recently got engaged. Give us the scoop on you personally. I want to hear about you.
I did. So I'm born and raised in and around Boston, Massachusetts. I grew up in a town, like a suburban town that not many people have heard of, called Medfield, and then went to college in Western Mass at University of Massachusetts. The theme of this is that I've never left Massachusetts and literally never will. And then after college, I moved to the city like all people do. I worked in PR and in marketing. And then from there, started posting funny videos online. Just during the pandemic, I really started posting, when like in the pandemic, when a lot of influencers were like unboxing everything,
yes.
They were showing all of these things that they were getting. And my first viral moment was when I unboxed my nephew. My sister had just had a baby. And so I literally put my nephew in an Amazon box and unboxed him. I was like, he's a little heavy on my arm, guys, but I think I'm going to keep him. And
oh my God,
kind of like my first splash into like virality. And so I started just continuing with the like mockery of influencers and of content. And I started gaining followers like crazy. In the year of 2022, I gained like 400,000 followers online. And I was like, all right, I guess this is like becoming a thing now. And like, I started having brands reach out to me. I didn't really know what I was doing, but like my mom was like helping film everything. So it kind of just happened naturally and organically. And it became my job full time in 2022. Like I remember like right before BravoCon, I left my full-time job to pursue this, and I've been doing it ever since. And it's been amazing.
Wow. I mean, that's what there's so many people out there that just dream of, and it happened for you. But you know what? You better like throw your nephew a bonus when he gets older, because come on now. That was pretty amazing. Like, do you know I've never seen that? I need to see that. Can you please send that to me on social?
I'll DM it to you after this episode. I always joke, and I did set him up a college fund because he is the reason that I have this platform now and am making the money that I'm making. So I'm very fortunate that he was born to my sister. Like, I'm always giving back to them.
You'll be like super uncle forever. What were you doing before this? What was your job before this?
Before this, I worked at a PR and like marketing agency. So
Okay.
I was doing this like on the other side of things. Like a lot of times, like the influencer campaigns or like the branded things that you see people post about online. I was like organizing that on the other side of things, like the business end. So I was reaching out to content creators and influencers to get them to like work with our brand. So I was just I was inundated with influencer content because I was doing it at work all day. And then during the pandemic, I was, scrolling on TikTok because there was nothing else to do. And I was just like, oh, these influencers are so out of touch. Like, I just need to poke fun at them and just like give them a little jab here and there. And it ended up going full circle because then I became the beast that I made fun of.
It is true. Don't you feel though that like there's some that do it better than others? Well, and you can tell the ones that do, especially if we're going to just talk housewives for a second. I like to say I'm one of the better ones. I don't know. Can you have you seen me do any influencing? Like, I always think it's so funny when everyone's like, hey guys, and then like when you could totally tell they're reading and it's just not like a natural flow of something that they use.
Yeah.
Even for me, who is an influencer, obviously with a lot of things here and there, like I even cringe sometimes. I'm like, oh, why does that brand even like rebook her? Like, I can totally tell she doesn't touch this. And then
No,
she's literally just reading like it's bad for some people.
You can always tell when people are like reading a script. Like I think of some of the housewives and I can I just know like they're literally like reading like something behind their phone. Whereas like it's the only thing that's going to sell products is like the authenticity and the organic nature of it. Like, you have to be an actual fan of what you're promoting. And so when I see people promoting certain things, I'm like, there is no way Ramona Singer is using that. Or like, there is no way that, Meredith Marks is doing that. And I love them. I love them as housewives, but it's always so funny to see like what deals they get, and having my background, like knowing like all the different things that went into it.
Right. I mean, did you see there is an influencer who literally pretends he's Ramona sometimes and also Meredith, the two of them. That's what just true. And it is hysterical. Like the way he opens his eyes kills me. Like, I can't. He pops up on my thing all the time too lately. And I'm like, he does Meredith and Ramona so well. It's crazy.
I don't even know how he like gets it down so good. Like the Ramona of it. Like, it's one of the things I saw recently of his was like Ramona, like when you get her order wrong in the Hamptons, and the eyes were perfect. Like the way he was like shaking his like body was like all the mannerisms were so incredible. He is hilarious. I know he's going to BravoCon this year, so I've excited because I'm going to. So I'm excited to meet him because his content is so funny.
Oh my God. Good. I'm so glad you're going. Yes. And I agree with you. Sometimes he freaks me out. I'm like, he's literally her. Like, he's moving like she would move, like, because obviously I know her very well and I've done many things with Ramona for the last decade. And I'm like, this is like freaky. Like, I need to know if he's ever met her because it's like crazy.
He must have. Either he's met her in some way, shape, or form, or he's just studied like a sociologist of the housewives and like knows the mannerisms and the intricacies of the way she works because he does it really well. Same thing with Meredith Marks. He does her so well.
Oh, both of them. It's actually creepy. I'm like, Jesus, like he literally transforms into them. This episode of On Display is brought to you by Booking.com. Booking.yeah. Imagine you're traveling with 3 kids, 2 sisters, a grandmother, 2 cousins, a crazy husband, and one nap schedule that rules them all. Some may want blackout curtains in their room, some may want a fridge, and some may want separate rooms. Not you, kiddos. Sounds like a lot to take into consideration when it comes to finding a little spot to stay on vacation. That's where Booking.com comes in. From vacation rentals to hotels across the U.S., Booking.com has the ideal summer stay for absolutely anyone, even those who might seem impossible to please. Whether you're booking for yourself, your partner, your picky teens, or your sleep light, rise early mom, you can find exactly what you're booking for on Booking.com. Guys, we've used Booking.com before, and it really is so easy to find the exact place that you need for your vacation. Whether you need a pool, a pet-friendly place, or just a place that has an on-site gym. Guys, if the Gorgas can find their perfect stay on Booking.com, anyone can. Find exactly what you're booking for. Booking.com. Booking.yeah. Book today on the site or in the app. There are a lot of awesome things that have come out of Australia. Uggs, wombats, the Hemsworth brothers. But my new favorite Aussie export that's finally available in the US is the Koala sofa bed. It looks nice, it's comfortable, and it's convenient. Koala makes the most comfortable mattresses, and the sofa beds actually use their mattress technology inside. There are no uncomfortable metal frames like traditional sofa beds. Koala sofa beds are designed for pure comfort. And the assembly is so easy too. No Allen wrenches, no stress, no tears. Everything comes in the box and easily slides, clicks, or screws together. And Koalas come with a 120-night risk-free trial. Yep, you can try it for nearly 4 months to make sure it's the perfect fit for your home. Guys, these Koala beds are seriously so convenient and comfortable, whether you're looking to create a nice sleeping space for a guest, setting up your new living room, or you have a kid who's going off to college and needs to fit a bed and sofa into a small space. These Koala sofa beds fit so many needs. Upgrade your space with the most stylish, customizable, and elevated sofa bed available. To get up to $250 off your new sofa, plus fast shipping, go to us.koala.com/Melissa. That's us.koala.com/Melissa to get up to $250 off your new sofa. Koala, comfy, easy, sustainable. Your latest recipe influencer video had me dying. Like, that was amazing. How long does it take you to perfect stuff like this? That was so good.
Thank you. It's honestly so random. Like, I always tell myself, like, there are videos that take me like hours to write a script for, and then I like produce it and edit it and like direct it in a certain way. And sometimes they flop. And then the ones that I think of like on the fly and just, shoot and record, like don't care about the lighting, those ones do really well. So it's super random. I kind of just throw everything at the wall and see what sticks. But that one, I just, there's so many food influencers that are like covering their mouth while they're chewing and doing like this was so good. And I'm like,
delicious,
just me the recipe. Just get to the point.
I'm not going to feel like I made it until you make fun of me in some which way. So let's do something fun right now. Okay. What if you can be an influencer now and you can plug sprinkle cookies? Okay, just do it for me off the cuff. Let's just plug sprinkle cookies as an influencer is trying them. Like, this went viral over Christmas. It was very viral getting their sprinkle cookie boxes. So let's go get the sprinkle cookies.
All right, guys, I'm going to use my water bottle as the sprinkle cookies. So these are the cookies that you're not going to want to throw in the garbage, even though some people say you might want to, because the sprinkle cookies, the colors of it, they're magical, they're beautiful, they're festive. They always go into like this very specific detail about like the intricacies of the randomest things that are in the product. Right. You guys are never going to want to eat another cookie. You're going to be obsessed. Obsessed is always the buzzword. And then they'll go chew on it and they'll cover their mouth like, they're so
good. Oh my God, they're moist.
You're never gonna eat another cookie again as long as you live. Like it's always just like the most extra of it all.
It really is. All right, there you go. A little off the cuff from Hayden. But you know what? It's like, it really is hysterical now that if you like pay attention, because the way you make it sound, it's like, wait a second, it is really freaking funny to watch influencers. I never thought about it like that until you kind of put it out there. There should be like a small reality show on influencers because it's hysterical. You should be the Andy Cohen of it all.
Hey, that is goals in life would be to, be hosting the reunion for like the real influencers of New York or something like that.
Oh
because,
my God.
it is so true. Like a lot of influencers are now transitioning to reality TV, and a lot of reality TV stars, have become influencers in their own right through just like building a platform from their shows. Like, I mean, you're an example of that. So it's really cool to like see how interweaved these two industries are.
Right. It's really crazy. And a lot of reality TV stars make more money influencing than they do on reality TV, if I'm being completely honest with you. So
I see it. I see the brand deals and I'm like, the amount of money that they just made through that one thing, like insane.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, listen, there's obviously the perks of being on the reality television shows. For me personally, it's my businesses. I've really utilized the platform insane for my cookie company and for Envy that's been around for over a decade. So, there's definitely ways to cash in and to use your business brain on all of the reality TV because there's so much negative, obviously, that comes along with it too. But with that, I want to transition a little bit into Housewives. I want to talk to you about some Bravo stuff. So
yes, please.
Let's talk Housewives because I know you have all the answers. First and foremost, who's truly your like forever favorite housewife? Like who's your girl? Like there's so many in so many cities. Who do you love?
Honestly, I think my like favorite housewife of all time is probably Sonia Morgan from New York. She is the straw that stirs the drink. She is she's so like unabashedly like herself and so out there and has no filter. Like I think what I loved about like the earlier seasons of Housewives when like you guys were all on and like the first like 5 to 6 seasons of like New York and OC and Beverly Hills, like nobody knew what this was going to be. And so they were just like letting their freak flags fly, and nobody did that better than Sonia.
Nobody. I mean, okay, well that leads me to my next question, which I know, old New York or new New York. I feel like I know the answer to this.
I mean, old New York will always have a special place in my heart. I will say I didn't dislike new New York as much as I know some people are not for it.
I agree, by the way. I enjoyed it. I liked it.
I think there's a lot of potential there. I think that the problem with the first 2 seasons was there was just a lot of overproducing themselves. I think now that they have a little bit under their belt, like let's give them another try. Like they need to. I think there's potential there. New York obviously is like a staple franchise, so I think it'll be interesting to see what they do with it.
Agreed. I agree. I really did think exactly what you said. It was a little overly self-produced in the beginning. I think they're all very smart women. And so when they came into it, they're a little younger, they're smart, they understand the world now of influencing and what reality TV can bring you to and just how it could rise your business, right? So I think they were too in that brain in the beginning and it was like not helping them, right? It wasn't, they needed to let the businesses go a little bit and just be them and be silly and have a drink and see what happens, and I think that's what was missing, but I honestly love them and I agree. And I think they're coming back. Maybe not all of them, but I think a bunch of them are definitely going to be back for sure.
Yeah. I think there's potential there. I think they should just pour some gasoline on the fire, throw some new people in, let them go at it.
Exactly. It's exactly what I feel like they're going to do with Jersey too, or that they need to do with Jersey. It's like, just mix us up a little bit, give us some new people, keep some of the old. And I feel like we got this, like, let us go. We're waiting. Like, I think I recently said like, hello, like, I won't say who I text this to, but I recently text to a Bravo executive, like, we're freezing over here on this ice. Like, it's fucking cold, bro.
I'm freezing over here. I need Jersey. I need my fix of the Jersey girls. So, like, I just need them to give us some type of direction on what they're doing.
You know, it's funny because Hayden, I still in the all the premieres of 2024, Jersey is still the highest rated premiere out of everyone in 2024. No one has beat our premiere yet from our last season,
Well,
which
you
is
guys have like your the following for the like the love for the Jersey, whether it's good love, bad love, whatever. It's like intense. Like everybody knows you guys.
yes, of course. No, I feel like we're a little bit more of the household names. We've just been
Yeah.
around a while, and we didn't switch up cast a lot ever. We always was like the same, the same, the same. We switched it up little bits where I feel like a
Mhm.
lot of the other franchises every season they inject two more girls. Like there's two new ones. There's two with us. It's like same cast, same cast, same cast.
Mhm.
So I feel like we've become very like more of like household names in a lot of the situations. But now I'm starting to think, no, throw us some new girls. We need some new girls. Like mix it up a little bit.
I like it.
Give me the housewives that you've met in person, and has anyone ever been like crazy?
Sheree was really crazy when I met her at BravoCon, but I do give her grace because at BravoCon, like I can only imagine what it's like being Bravo talent there. So like I'm sure she was overwhelmed. She just was very like hi, bye, and then I saw her later that night, and she was like, get away from me, like you're a fan, that type of thing. Which I understand. You don't want to be bothered when you're in.
Wait,
in
who was
public.
this?
This was Sheree. She didn't actually say like get away from me, but she was very like
She was not warm and fuzzy.
not warm and fuzzy at all. I will say I had so much fun with Vicky Gunvalson at BravoCon because I'm friendly with Christian and he is friends with her. And so we went out with her. She whoops it up like no other. Like
Oh,
she
I know
will
she does. Yes.
shove tequila down your throat. So that was an experience for sure. And I'm trying to think of who else from the Bravo world. I mean, I've met Kyle Cook from Summer House. He was amazing, so fun, like knows how to party, like for sure. I mean,
He's fun. He's a party animal.
You see him on Summer House, and that's like who he is in real life. I think
Literally who he is in real life.
the best experiences with housewives have been like when I met them and like they were who they are on the show. So it's been cool to meet so many of them through just like the Bravo world and like talking about it online, like having you like be a follower and seeing my content. I'm like, this is crazy. My mom like freaks out about it all the time. Anytime you comment on something of mine, she's like, I can't believe Melissa Gorga like knows who we are.
Oh my God. Tell her I said hi and give her a hug for me. I love that she's your momager. It's amazing. And she's so supportive with you. I see a lot of that too. Like I know you're newly engaged. She was so supportive with you coming out and all of your, I love how you show them in that light and how they're just amazing examples of parents that way. I really do, especially this month. Obviously, we're in Gay Pride Month and all of that, but really great examples of parents.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, like I would be like nothing without my parents. Like they've literally like lifted me up and made everything possible for me. And I think like I talked about this with my mom on my podcast. We talked about like my coming out experience and whatnot. And she just like never forced anything on me. It was always super open and welcoming, and it's led us to be as close as we are and to be like the best friends that we are. And we work together every day. I came out of her. We can't get much closer than that. So it's been such an amazing experience, like being able to share that with the internet in a way.
No, and I think it's so important, and you can feel it. You can sense that you feel that way. So that's a beautiful thing. Just wanted to add that in as well. As the temps start rising, I feel that familiar urge to refresh my closet. But I'm not wasting money on pieces I'll only wear once or just for one season. Quince changes that. Their clothes are timeless, lightweight, and far more elevated than anything else at this price. Quince has everything, like 100% European linen shorts and dresses from just $30. Luxe swimwear, Italian leather platform sandals, and so much more. The best part? Everything with Quince is priced 50 to 80% less than what you'd find at similar brands. By working directly with top artisans and cutting out the middleman, Quince gives you luxury without the markup. And Quince only works with factories that use safe, ethical, and responsible manufacturing practices and premium fabrics and finishes. Guys, I have grabbed so many items from Quince for me, for Joe, for the kids. The quality is truly amazing, and I love that all of their items look and feel good. Give your summer closet an upgrade with Quince. Go to quince.com/Melissa for free shipping on your order and 365-day returns. That's QUINCE.com/Melissa to get free shipping and 365-day returns. Quince.com/Melissa. Guys, you know me and how much I care about how the house looks. And I care just that much about the outdoor space as well. There's just something about a beautiful outdoor space that's just so satisfying. It's like your own backyard oasis. Well, Wayfair's got everything you need to level up your outdoor space. They have patio sets and lounge chairs and outdoor bars and hot tubs, fire pits, gazebos, and of course, the string lights. It's so easy to have a one-stop shop where you can make over your entire space with a resort feel without the resort price tag. I've bought quite a few things from Wayfair for our home, especially for our outdoor setup and space. Whether you're entertaining or just looking for quality time together, Wayfair has outdoor dining tables, sets, umbrellas, dining chairs, bar stools, grills, and even tableware. Guys, I have it both in my house up north and my house down the shore. Wayfair has something for every style and every home, no matter your space or your budget. And get this, with Wayfair, there's free and easy delivery, even on the big stuff. So don't wait. Make your outdoor space your dream oasis today with Wayfair and enjoy it all summer long. Head to wayfair.com right now to shop a huge outdoor selection. That's WAYFAIR.com. Wayfair, every style, every home. So jumping back, wait, have you ever met any of the housewives who, besides Sheree maybe, who like was nothing like they were on camera? Like, wow, she's completely different than I expected her to be, or no, everyone was pretty much what you thought?
I think the housewives that I've met, honestly, I met Ashley Darby, and she was a lot more reserved than I thought she would be. Like, like she comes across on camera from Potomac as like outgoing, energetic, like, and she was very like low energy, very like shy in a way. And I don't know if that was the setting of where we met, because we met at one of those one of the Bravo watch parties that I've also been to.
Right.
I was expecting like larger than life party girl, like take a shot, let's drink, let's hang. It was more so just very demure, as the kids say these days.
Okay, it was demure. You know, I will say I've had that happen. So this happened to me once with Justin Anderson, and I was so upset over it. BravoCon, New York City. And I do remember being annoyed that day. So Justin Anderson, who I loved, like now we connected because he had said out loud, like, you know, I don't know. I saw Melissa Gorga and she like really didn't give me, he's like, I was dying to see her. She's like one of my absolute favorites. I guess he was also team Melissa, and he was excited to meet me. And he said out loud, maybe on a podcast or on his Instagram, like, she just wasn't like super friendly. She kind of kept it moving. And someone sent it to me who was his fan, like my cousin actually, who loves him. And I was like, wait, no, I would never. Oh my God. Get me his number. I was DMing. I was like, Justin. So now he's been on the podcast like 3 times since then. And we love each other, but it's true. It happens, guys, when there's just a moment that you're not focused, and it's like, you know, and you're not in the right mode, and it's not even who you are, but you're just kind of quick and keep it moving because your head's somewhere else. So it does happen. So that's just for anyone out there who might meet someone. Now I get it, because, and I'm always in my head. Like I have that problem. I'm always thinking about what's next and like what's going on and what's going to happen next. So like sometimes I can't focus in like the moment, you know?
No, I get that. I think too, like at an event like a BravoCon, like you guys are also like, I give you guys so much grace because you're also working. Like you're being ushered around and you have panels and things to go. So you can't
It's crazy.
physically say hi to everybody. So I get it completely, but it was just interesting to see like and I love Justin. He's like absolutely hilarious. I've gotten dinner with him and we talked about you because we were like, we're both team Melissa. And like, we've both like been very active and outgoing about it. And like, yeah, like we were like, it was, so I was like, another team Melissa guy is on my team.
I love when people have balls and you can say it loud and clear. Like, there you go. These are my kind of people. And that's why I love both of you. You guys are like real ones, you really are. That's why when I heard that about Justin, I'm like, no, I love him. No, absolutely not. Like, someone give me his number right now, Yeah. So, and then, now we're in love with each other. We love each other. So did you ever get any like funny DMs from Housewives? Has anyone ever DM'd you or anything like that?
Yeah, I mean, I used to talk about like, I pretty much watch every single franchise of the Housewives, and I talk about them very openly on my stories. So sometimes when Housewives are in different storylines, like Sutton Stracke one time DM'd me because I was like, why is Sutton Stracke like doing like, what is going on with her? When she was like, name 'em. I was like, what is going on with her? Like, why is she doing all this? I was definitely a little bit more like dig into her vibes, and she responded back to me and been like, LOL, like, just remember this is a show, Hayden. And I'm like, how did you even get this? You don't follow me. Who sent this to you that is somehow like related to you where you saw it? I've had like Heather Dubrow, Gretchen Rossi, when I've talked about OC, DM me. Gretchen is a follower of mine. There's a ton of them that have just like messaged me like random things while I've been talking about like their different shows. Lisa Barlow, I message with sometimes just because we share a love for fast food. So whenever she's eating on the Housewives, whenever she's having her Wendy's or her McDonald's or her sodas, I'm like, this is a woman after my own heart because I'm such a fan of all those things. So we've DM'd back and forth about that too. But I feel like Housewives are really good, like savvy with social media, and like somehow figure out ways when people are talking about them to like slide into the DMs, and like they know what's going on.
They're very self-aware when someone is saying their name. That's a fact. I almost think it's crazy how and I'll put myself right in the category. It is crazy how we are aware and we see it when a lot of people would think like, they're so busy, they're not going to see this. They're not going to, no, we see it. We see it all. We see it. We see everything you guys say somehow, because the Bravo fans are so crazy. Like, they're so intense and amazing and all of these things. They show us, like, even if I didn't naturally see it, someone is sending it to me eventually, and then I am going to see it. So, and I just feel like if you're in the Bravo world at all with content, it just comes up. Like, no matter what, you're getting to see everything everywhere. It's everywhere. So yeah, we see it, guys. We see it all.
The good, the bad, and the ugly.
Yeah. What's the Bravo moment that like lives rent free in your head? Like, what is that one moment for you where you're like, this was fucking amazing TV?
Honestly, I was just talking about this with a friend recently. And I still think that one of the best dinners, because everything takes place over a dinner, you know. But one of the best ones was the Amsterdam dinner from Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, when Kim calls Eileen a beast, Rinna throws the wine glass, Kyle runs out. Like, you should be a good sister. Like, Kathy would have my back like a real sister. Like, that whole dynamic is like what the blueprint should be for a chaotic Housewives dinner. And I mean, you are involved in one of my favorites too, with Jen Aiden with the wine glass, when you come around the table and you're like, you got the wrong girl.
You got the wrong girl. You know how many people came to me after that for like 6 months straight and would be like, you got the wrong girl. That's all everyone said to me for 6 months straight after that. That was great. That was in Punta Cana or something, I think. And yeah, she pissed me off. My God, that woman. I can't. But
that woman for sure.
Oof. Yeah, that's a whole nother conversation. But yeah, okay. So give me, with all this said, who is, and I always think there is someone, so dig deep with this, but like, who do you think is totally underrated in the Bravo universe? Like, there's always underrated that you're like, we're not giving this girl enough credit.
Okay, let me think about this. I mean, you definitely come to mind. I feel like you are underrated. And I'm not just saying this because I'm on your podcast. My friends would back me up in my Bravo chat room group chat. You're definitely underrated. But I also think that, ooh, honestly, I think Mary Cosby is very underrated. When it comes to the level of just little snippable moments she has that like I think of all the time. She just has so many quotable things that she says, like little girl to Whitney, like all of the things, like her little isms, I just like, I think are so iconic. I think Dolores is really underrated. I think people love her, but when you look at like people always like build their housewives Mount Rushmore. Dolores is kind of up there. She has been like a steady, force in the housewives world for a while, I feel like, and she's never really taken a full side on like a lot of issues, which I think is hard for a housewife to do.
True.
So I definitely think she is underrated in that scenario, but I mean, there's so many.
I know. Well, thank you. I actually appreciate you saying that. I take that as a compliment completely, because the truth is, like, sometimes you need to be the absolute batshit crazy ones to get that rating, when I don't think that's fair. I think it's also a huge skill to be able to be the one that's relatable and fun and still maintain top tier housewives status and be relevant and all of these things without being the absolute nasty mean one, or do you know what I mean, those shocking moments. So
Yeah.
I do think that sometimes that's what could be unfair in the Bravo universe, because without one side you can't have the other side. You need both or it doesn't work, right?
Yeah,
And
you don't need to always be the person that's like throwing the bottle of wine or throwing the glass of wine, or you know what I mean? Like it takes two to tango. And so I think like a lot of times the person that is more like does the thing or like has the bit is the person that gets the glory. Whereas like there's another person on the side of the table that's, they might be a sleeper, but they're getting their digs into. They're just not doing all the extra stuff.
They're handling it all. They're the ones handling it and making it go back and forth, and they're doing a lot. They're doing more than you think. You know what I mean?
It's a true art form what you guys do. I mean, like, hang it in the Louvre, hang it under Michelangelo, like in the Sistine Chapel for me personally.
For sure. On Display with Melissa Gorga is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. You chose to hit play on this podcast today. Smart choice. Progressive loves to help people make smart choices. That's why they offer a tool called Auto Quote Explorer that allows you to compare your Progressive car insurance quotes with rates from other companies. So you save time on the research and can enjoy savings when you choose the best rate for you. Give it a try after this episode at progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Not available in all states or situations. Prices vary based on how you buy. Finding the one can feel impossible, and in today's world, it's even harder. False profiles, inaccurate pictures, ghosting on dates. Is this sounding familiar? But if you're ready to make your move to a new place, it doesn't have to feel like dating. All it takes is a simple search on apartments.com to find your perfect match. Whether you're looking for a 3-bedroom condo downtown or a 2-bedroom duplex in a quiet neighborhood, a cozy studio in a walkable city, or even a single-family home in a cul-de-sac, you can find a place that checks all the right boxes. So whichever stage of life you're in, settle down in your perfect home by using apartments.com. No more swiping or awkward first dates. Make it easier to get a place that gets you. Visit apartments.com, the place to find a place. Did you see the article that just came out? I think maybe it was like Rob Shooter, and he came out and said that the housewives are stale. He thinks it's like dead. He thinks the taglines are stale. There's too many legal issues, that it's time for Bravo to, that Bravo's going to get rid of housewives because of the I mean, do you think it's stale? Like, would you disagree with this statement or what?
100%. Here's the thing. I think that like every show, whether it's scripted, reality, anything in between, they have moments where like, yeah, that wasn't a great season. We can acknowledge that. But in general, I think that Housewives is doing a lot, and there's so much content, there's so much fun that's still being had, and there's also so much obviously drama that like we all tune into. I don't think it's going anywhere. I think that some of the newer shows have lit a fire under some of like the OG shows a little bit. When I think of like Salt Lake and Potomac, and I mean, I'm sure Rhode Island is going to come out swinging. I know that that's like another show that's coming out.
Yeah.
They're very tuned in to like what I think the viewers want to see, and are very like smart and like savvy about that. And I think it's kind of lit a fire under like the OC and the Beverly Hills, and that kind of making them say like, okay, like this is what we need to get back to. Because I look at like the last season of OC, like the last few seasons of OC were kind of like a little bit stale. And then when Tamara came back, and she was like, all right, I'm back. I'm ready to party. Like, I'm going to show you guys how we do it. I was like, yes. Like, sometimes they just need a little bit of a break to like come back and like take back over.
Oh my God, that's so funny you should say that, because that brings me to my absolute next question. It's a little bit of a game, okay? So I want your unpopular opinion on these statements I'm about to make. And the first one is, Housewives should be allowed to take more than one season off and not have to bring some crazy drama when they do come back. I.e., like when they come back in, everyone expects explosive craziness. Like, what do you think about this?
I don't agree with that. I think they have to come in swinging.
Okay. I knew you were going to say that just by what you said before. I'm like, well, he just answered that question in 3 seconds.
I think if you're coming back and you kind of have something to prove, you need to, and obviously like doing it in a way that like makes sense for that person. Like, I'm not expecting like somebody who is more of like a calmer, like grounding presence of the group to come in guns a-blazing. But with Tamara, for example, like she's always been an instigator and somebody that like kind of like stirs the pot and gets things going. So when she came back, and like if she hadn't done that, I would have been like, who is this? Why are you coming back if you're not ready to play the game?
Right. True. Okay. All right. Here's another one. Lisa Rinna deserved more love on her last season.
Oh, I actually do agree with it, kind of. I know it's controversial
I do too.
But I do think, here's the thing. Lisa Rinna she's a top tier housewife, and she's going to come back eventually one day, I think. But I think she deserved a little bit more respect in her send off, because people were kind of like sick of it, over it, like wanted her to go off. And
I felt bad at BravoCon, like seeing a lot. That kind of was the send off, honestly. And it was, I didn't like that. No.
And I think like you can obviously understand and dislike something that a housewife does, but you also have to understand and like respect what they also have done for the show. Like, yeah, Lisa was in her last season, like could have been a nightmare to some people, blah, blah, blah. But also like, think about what she did at the Amsterdam dinner, like I just mentioned, and think about, the Munchhausens of it all. Like she gave us years and years and years of quality content.
Come on, that was good TV, everything. And I just saw her recently at an event in Beverly Hills. I was with her. I was with Kris Jenner. It was actually an amazing event. J-Lo was there, everyone. And I was talking to Lisa, and she's just so entertaining just to talk to. She was like, girl, you know what? You are like, just like her vibe was just, I was like, I love her. She has energy, and I know she got a lot of shit, but I don't know. I really thought she made amazing TV.
Oh my God. Yeah. She makes such good TV. I think too, like, I think an unpopular opinion that I have is that Eileen Davidson had the potential to be just as iconic as Lisa Rinna if Lisa wasn't on the show with her. I talk about this with my friends in the Bravo chat room all the time. I think that we got to bring Eileen Davidson back to Beverly Hills and let her have another go at it, not under Rinna's wing. You know what I mean?
Yes. I've seen a lot of people say that recently, like to bring back Eileen. And I agree with that too. I think she was awesome. She was more of like a quiet kill, right? Like she had like this way about her, but she was amazing too. I agree with you. All right. Another one. Too much glam ruins the authenticity of housewives.
Absolutely. 100%. I think glam squads on group trips should be banned.
Yeah, we need to see your skills. If you can't put makeup on, you can't put makeup on. Jersey, by the way, never brings glam on the cast trips. We never do it. We do our own and we just make it work, you know.
And I love it. And that's why the cast trips are so chaotic with Jersey. I feel like sometimes with like a Beverly Hills or like I'm trying to think, or like a New York, like they were bringing their glam squads and they were talking to the glam people about like what's going on in the group, where it's like, you should
rather have this scene.
Exactly. Like, I want you guys to talk to each other about what's going on in the group, not to, you know,
the hair guy. Yes.
And Erica's choreographer and glam director. I'm sure he's a lovely guy, but he's not on the Housewives.
I get it. Nope. All right. So there's that. The reunion episodes are overrated. Give me good mid-season meltdowns any day.
Oh, no, I think the reunions are not overrated. I love a reunion. I love a prop at a reunion. I love a binder at a reunion. I think the reunions are some of the top tier television too. And I think I love when people come prepared for the reunions. Like, some people are like, don't do like a powwow, or don't prepare for anything. It's like, if you go into work and you have a meeting, you're preparing for that meeting.
This is a huge meeting, guys. You need to powwow. And anyone says that they don't call, even if it's not a powwow where they're eating sushi together, if they're calling each other the night before, if they're on the same side, and they're like, come on now, you need to prepare for this. This is the biggest meeting of the year.
Literally.
I mean, let's go.
It's people that say they don't are lying. Like, just straightforward.
Agreed. All right, good. All right. Well, listen, before we wrap, I want everyone to get a taste of this podcast of yours. A lot of you have been asking. First of all, I need an explanation on the name. Talk to me. The show, it's smart. It's funny. It's a little chaotic in the best way. How would you describe it to someone who's never heard it?
Yeah, a lot of you have been asking is kind of the play on my influencer character, because influencers are always saying, you know, a lot of you have been asking about XYZ. A lot of you have been DMing me and asking for a question for like, where's this from? What's that? So on a lot of you have been asking, I am answering the questions that everybody has been asking about the influencer and social media world. You know, how much are influencers making? What is the salary transparency look like? What is like a brand deal? There's so many questions that people don't know about this industry and are kind of like behind the curtain. So a lot of you have been asking is going to be this place where I can peel back the curtain a little bit, share my experience working on the brand side of things and my experience now as an influencer, while talking to some really crazy, fun guests, influencers, creators, reality TV stars. It's going to be a really fun place. So I'm really, really excited about it. It's going great so far. So I'm really thrilled.
I'm so excited about it. And with me on PodcastOne, which is very excited. And let me just tell you, Hayden, they're an awesome network to work with. They really are. They're amazing.
Oh yeah, you can totally tell already. Like, they're the best.
Yeah. Awesome. What made you even decide to do this? Was it basically just like, have you always been a podcaster? Or is this something new?
This is something new. I kind of wanted to like force myself out of the comfort zone of like being like, I feel like with Instagram, with TikTok, like you get takes and you film yourself and it's all kind of like, you know, at your leisure. Whereas like a podcast, I like want to have a place in a longer form where people can like get to know me. I mean, you know, like you can only do so much through social media, through like a little square where you're limited to 1 minute. So right. A podcast and being able to talk to people and, you know, talking to them for 45 minutes to an hour, whatever it is, you know, you get to know me more, you get to know my guests more. I get to share more of my life. So it's been really fun so far.
Awesome. All right. My last question. What do you wish people would stop asking?
Oh my God. There's so many things.
You know, I'm going to think of you now. Every time I do any type of influencing, I'm going to be like, he's going to, what's Hayden going to say? Like, how is he going to react to me? Like, I'm not going to say, hey guys, I'm not going to do it. I'm just not going to do it.
Honestly, one thing I wish a lot of people would stop doing is the hey guys, because
okay. All right.
That gets under my skin. I do it all the time. I'm the biggest hypocrite ever. I wish people would stop asking me why I'm such a hypocrite, because I mean, you gotta play the game you gotta roll the dice to play the game is what I say. Like, I am just having fun, shooting the shit, kind of just like randomly going off on this tangent of like, what is the influencer world and whatnot. So a lot of times in my DMs, I'll get asked like, why are you such a hypocrite? You make fun of influencers and now you became one. And I'm like, well, if you saw the check, you would become a hypocrite real quick too.
Exactly. Practicing what you preach. It's all good. Well, hey guys, you have to check out Hayden on his social media platforms. On Instagram, he's Hayderz, right? Hayderz. So
Yes.
Make sure you guys check him out. Make sure you guys listen to his podcast. A lot of you have been asking. Hayden, keep up the great work. You're so entertaining. You're so awesome. And I'm going to see you at BravoCon. We need to grab a drink at BravoCon.
I know. We absolutely do. And I can't wait to see you, to hear what all the things that are coming for you, for Jersey. I don't know who at Bravo's listening, but we need my girl Melissa on Jersey where she belongs. Okay.
Thank you. And with that, we're going to end the podcast. Love you guys. Thank you all for listening. Ciao.
I'm Justin Sylvester.
And I'm Blakely Thornton.
Join us for Yestergaze, the podcast where we break down the most pivotal pop culture moments in history and give them the queer love that they deserve.
The things that got us riled up during dial-up.
Those makeouts that should have been breakouts.
And the drops that were cemented in pop.
I'm talking Bennifer.
Tyra versus Naomi.
Tom Cruise jumping on that couch.
And so much more. So please rate us, subscribe to us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or anywhere you get audio-related content.
We also take Venmo.
And Cash App.
ACH?
Or credit card number as well. We're malleable.
Yeah, we'll do it all.
We're gay today.
This summer, Pluto TV is exploding with thousands of free movies. Summer of Cinema is here. Feel the explosive action all summer long with movies like Gladiator, Mission Impossible, Beverly Hills Cop, Good Burger, and Transformers: Dark of the Moon. Bring the action with you and stream for free from all your favorite devices. Pluto TV. Stream now. Pay never.